Hey guys, TechFine. Today I've got another mouse comparison for you guys. This time it's the Razer Viper Mini, which is just $40 versus the slightly more expensive $50 HK Gaming Mira S. If you want more information on these mice, make sure you check out the full reviews of them after or before watching this video. And if you do find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. But obviously you've got to watch it first. So guys, let's get into this. Both mice are semi-ambidextrous and very small. Therefore, if you've got particularly large hands, then neither of these mice will be for you. Similarly, if you're a palm user, I wouldn't get either of these mice. I couldn't get comfortable with either one, and I don't think anybody will be able to. If you have really small hands, then maybe you can get away with it, particularly on the Viper Mini, which is 118.3mm long, 53.5mm wide, and 38.3mm tall. That is still bigger than the absolutely tiny HK Gaming Mira S, which comes in at just 114mm long, 60mm wide, so it's a little bit wider, and 39.5mm high, so also a little bit taller. For a bit of reference, my hands are 17cm by 8.5cm, and I can claw and fingertip grip both these mice comfortably. I can't pick an outright winner for either mice, but if you're interested, my preference would be the Razer Viper Mini for my claw grip, and fingertip I'd choose the HK Gaming Mira S. But once again, this is very dependent on the person, the exact style of grip, because obviously there's different ways to claw and fingertip a mouse, and the size of your hands. So if you can have a go with these mice, maybe buy both and send one back. But if you're not happy doing that, then both mice should be fine for claw and fingertip grip. Both mice weigh just 61 grams, which is obviously very nice to have, but there's no winner in the weight department. This does mean though they both feel very agile and you're fully in control of the mouse, even at low sensitivities with big long flicks. I do really like that, and also what's very nice is even though the Mira S has a honeycomb design, neither of these mice have build quality issues. They're both very strong, very sturdy, there's no creaking or anything like that, no flexing, no matter how you treat these mice, which is obviously nice to have. For the sensors, Razer uses their own sensor which tracks up to a height of 7 playing cards and has a maximum DPI of 8500, which is obviously plenty, but it is beaten by the maximum of 12,000 DPI on the Mira S, which uses the Pixar PMW3360, which has a lift-off distance of just 4 playing cards. Neither sensor is particularly bad, the Razer Viper Mini is fine, however the lower lift-off distance and just better sensor overall on the Mira S makes it a clear favourite in this department. The PMW3360 is much better than Razer's sensor in my opinion. It just felt that bit more responsive, and the lower lift-off distance just gave a nicer, better gaming experience, particularly in fast-paced games where you're turning around a lot. Both mice use good primary mouse clicks. The HK Gaming Mira S uses on-one switches, whereas Razer use their own optical switches. Like I said, both mice clicks are good, however my personal favourite is the HK Gaming Mira S. I wouldn't pick either of these mice based on the mouse clicks though, there isn't really a noticeable difference, especially when you're gaming. If you're interested, here's a sound test of the left click on the HK Gaming Mira S, and the right click. And then again for the Razer Viper Mini, here's the left click, and the right click. As for the side buttons, my preference is the other way around. I prefer the Razer Viper Mini side buttons, whereas I don't like the HK Gaming Mira S's one as much. However, in gaming, I couldn't really tell much difference. They both feel nice. The ones on the Mira S are a little bit more rounded and feel like they stick out more, but they also stick out a little bit on the Viper Mini. Neither side buttons are particularly big, but I do like this. It means if you don't want to use them, you're not clicking them by accident. And overall, they were pretty nice. If you want to hear a sound test, make sure you check out the individual reviews of these. Both scroll wheels are decent. I have no issue with either of them. Both scroll distinctly between each tick, but that means I also don't have a favourite. Both just do the job, just for browsing the web and gaming especially. They're, like I said, they're just fine, they just do the job. So I don't have a preference between the scroll wheels. The feet are where these mice become dissimilar again. So on the HK Gaming Mira S, you get a PTFE foot in each corner, whereas on the Viper Mini you get these slightly bigger skates. Personally, I preferred the extra glide you get from the Viper Mini. It just felt a bit nice to use, but I didn't actually have an issue with the ones on the Mira S. Neither feet are going to blow you away, these are budget mice, and obviously if you want to, install custom feet and get better experience, that is certainly something you can do with relative ease. But my favourite would be the Viper Mini. Both of the included cables on these mice feel very similar. The Razer SpeedFlex cable does feel a little bit stiffer than the included one on the Mira S though, so I think my favourite is the cable on the HK Gaming Mira S. Neither cable is spectacular, but they're certainly pretty decent at this price point. Finally, for the lighting and software, neither mouse is particularly exciting. The HK Gaming Mira S simply has a light up scroll wheel, which is RGB and you can change the colour of, or just have it be a different colour based on the DPI you've got the mouse set to. On the Razer Viper Mini, on the other hand, you do have a little light bar at the bottom as well as the light up logo. However, it is only a single RGB zone, so it can only be one colour at once. Razer Synapse is miles ahead of the software included on the HK Gaming Mira S. That being said, both pieces of software were easy enough to use and get what you want. If you're someone like me who gets a mouse, sets their DPI, the button binds and the lighting, and then never really touches the software again, both will do the job. If you like to customise your lighting a lot, not that you can do much with this mouse, but Razer Synapse is further ahead, and obviously you get that integration with other Razer peripherals if that's something you have, whereas the one on the Mira S is simply for this mouse. Overall, I think both mice perform pretty well for their price point. I think the HK Gaming Mira S is the better mouse overall, due to its slightly better sensor and, in my opinion, nicer primary mouse clicks. That being said, I wouldn't palm either mouse, and for claw and fingertip grip, both perform pretty much equally. I would say for $10 more, I'd personally go with the HK Gaming Mira S, or if you obviously want the best mouse possible, and that's the upper limit of your budget. However, I wouldn't pay more than $10 extra for the Mira S, since the Viper Mini is still a very good mouse. If this was on sale and was $15 or $20 less than the Mira S, I'd definitely go with it. I personally think it looks better and it performs almost as well in games, and the nicer feet are also a nice addition, especially if you don't plan to customise your mouse. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and even consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to look as cool as me, and I know you do, you can get yourself some merch at techify.co.uk/merch. For your next video, check out the full review of either the HK Gaming Mira S or Razer Viper Mini, depending which one tickled your fancy. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.